So with gold breaking above $5,500 and the DXY dumping to multi-year lows, everyone thinks this is bearish for Bitcoin. So you'll have seen it by now. Commodities are going crazy. Gold printing brand new all-time highs every single day. Silver doing the same. And everyone now saying copper is the one that's going to move. But people have got this wrong. Everyone thinks this is bearish for the crypto market. But the debasement trade, the catch-up move is loading. And it's going to be biblical. In my view, we're going to see one of the biggest trades of this year. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how and what to look for so that you do not miss out on this opportunity that I think is coming very soon. So it all has to start with the DXY. You'll have seen people talking about the fact that it's printing multi-year lows. And actually, whenever we see the DXY go below 96, this historically has then created a move for Bitcoin. And you can see this has happened a number of times all the way back to 2017. Now, if you've been in this market for a while, you know exactly that 2017 was a bull market, 2021 was a bull market, and there's a debate that 2025 wasn't quite the bull market, but it was the precursor, the appetizer to the big move in 2026. And a better way to see it is on this chart here. So Bull Theory giving his view, the dollar index broken below its 16-year long-term trend line and is currently sitting at that critical level of the 96. Every time the DXY is broken below 96 and held there, Bitcoin has moved aggressively higher. And I think the point to reference here is it isn't just about the DXY and it isn't just about the dollar. The gold trade has everything to play in this as well. But when you look at how this played out over a number of years, it's all about liquidity, something we've been talking about for a while. When the dollar weakens, cash lost relative strength and capital flows go into scarce asset. Right now, the DXY is again at a historical trigger level while breaking its long-term structure. If it loses 96, expect a move in risk assets. This while at the same time, in the last 24 hours, the Federal Reserve decided to pause their interest rate cuts. But it wasn't the pause that was important. It was what was said on Jerome Powell's speech and what they actually released in the document. So here is the official statement that came out. Note here, the economic activity has been expanded at a solid pace and unemployment rate has shown some signs of stabilization. Both very bullish statements that were made. The committee decided to maintain the target rate of the federal funds rate of 3.5 to 3.75. That's fine. And then the committee's assessment will take into account a wide range of information, including readings on the labor market, inflation pressures, and inflation expectations, while financial and international developments continue to be monitored. So this was the ending of tariffs and how that comes out. But again, important to note here that they are taking a look at the labor market, but their view is the economy is actually stable. Wind this back 3 or 4 months, there was a view that the labor market was going to fall off a cliff. Trump tariffs were going to absolutely destroy the economy in the US and we were heading to a recession. Well, Jerome Powell basically said, that's not going to happen. What was more important here as well, that we actually had 2 people, Stephen Mirren, everyone knows, but Christopher Waller voted against. They actually voted for a rate cut as opposed to holding policy tight. This was a pretty interesting move, while at the same time then this supports the wider market and is supporting what is traditional assets. But this is where the catch-up trade, the lagging indicator and the debasement theory all play out. So everyone is seemingly FOMOing into gold, with $1 billion heading to Tether, as well as digital banks buying huge amounts of gold. The debate is it actually worth getting in? And this is where I think the Bitcoin trade becomes very important. Take a look. The gold market cap right now is sitting at well over $36 trillion. It's actually nearer to about 40 trillion at the time of recording this video, with silver sitting at around 6.5 trillion as well. If you take Bitcoin at 1.7 trillion, you can see the opportunity is in front of us. To get a 2x on gold, you need at least $40 trillion to come in to push the price higher. Where is that money going to come from? That's the bigger debate. When you think of Bitcoin, a couple of $1 trillion in market cap, all of a sudden that becomes the play that everyone's talking about. And that's why I think it's going to happen. And this aligns perfectly to the BTC gold ratio that is about to explode higher. Wherever we have seen gold versus Bitcoin bear market lasting around 14 months, well, guess what? We have pretty much hit this 14-month narrative right now. And even more obvious than that, you can see that Bitcoin is essentially the underperforming asset. In the last 12 months, silver, gold, copper, the NASDAQ, S&P 500, and the Russell 2000 multi-digit movement to the upside. Bitcoin, Ethereum, the total crypto market cap, and altcoins all down. I mean, altcoins at negative 50% tells you exactly where this market is. So when we discuss the gold trade and we discuss the debasement theory, everyone is FOMOing into gold because the dollar is weakening. These two catalysts, in my opinion, though, are the fuel to ignite the biggest bull run that we have seen. Now, I know what people will say, 2bit, you're just throwing comments around, but when you look at what's happening and you look at the macros here, it's as obvious as I think the day is long. And this has been seen now by big hedge funds, big investors. And like I said, don't take my word for it. Listen to this.
Beginning of the end of the monetary system as we know it, which is the reason you're seeing gold being chosen by the central banks. They want a currency. Gold has always been the main currency, and it's the only non-fiat currency. In other words, not the currency that can't be printed, that they want.
And that can be backed up by charts as well. When you take a look at what's going on in terms of the gold reserve currency, for example, gold's percentage share of world reserves now sits at 25%. This should tell you A, how much gold has been stacked, B, where it's all sitting, and then C, it absolutely should give you a world of where is that gold going to go. Remember, it is a hedge against risk, and that is exactly what you're seeing. So the question then leads to, well, when is the move going to come? And I'm holding my Bitcoin and crypto because I'm being told that gold is going to rotate. What are we looking for? Now, I talked about this yesterday on my update video, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend doing so. But we talked about this, the ratio of ounces to Bitcoin. And actually the multi-year trend line that we've seen, every time we've hit this trend line going back all the way to 2017, Bitcoin has spiked. We've seen a massive upside move in the price of BTC. So what is that number? We're looking for 13.79 ounces of gold to Bitcoin. Now understand the price will be higher, but that is what we are looking for. That's the line that we could see a big move coming for Bitcoin. So you're going to see gold continue to rally. Many analysts believe $6,000 gold is on the cards, but once it hits that point, there will be a top when gold is overvalued. And that's where the trade comes in. That's where Bitcoin, in my opinion, and the broader market for crypto is the undervalued asset. Now, don't forget, if you want to get your hands on some crypto, you want to trade these opportunities, join me over at Bitunix with nearly 400 of you guys that have signed up. There is only a few days left on this offer, and it is one of the most insane offers out there of any content creator here on YouTube. We're giving 50% benefits back for you. Deposit $1,000, you're going to get $500 back. And again, the Newbie Bootcamp offers you $500 in rewards for completing a few simple tasks. That's on the top of some insane volume bonuses and everything else. It is one of the best platforms out there. Trade all your cryptocurrency, no KYC. It's available all over the world. So come and join me over on Bitunix and grab your account right now. So we've talked about the gold trade. We've talked about the lagging indicator when it comes to the price of gold. And we've also talked about the potential of a move up. So what else is going on? And what is the macro side of us telling us that's happening? Well, recently, Treasury Scott Bessent has just said President Trump may pick a new Federal Reserve chair in a week or so. And the frontrunner right now is pro-Bitcoin Rick Ryder, who is currently leading a 10% in the odds for the job on Polymarket. So why is this important? Well, we know Rick Ryder, along with Donald Trump, will run the economy hot. They are going to pump the economy like never before. Well, what do they do with that? That means money becomes cheap. People no longer need to hedge against risk. And that is the start again of that rotation back into Bitcoin. Don't believe me? We'll take a look at this. The White House themselves are now gathering the crypto and banking industry executives to discuss the crypto market structure legislation on Monday, as per a Reuters note. And that's while at the same time later today, we're going to get the Senate Agricultural Committee voting on the market structure bill. So it kind of feels like it's all aligning. Banks have stacked gold over the last 4 years, and actually Bitcoin is the undervalued trade right now. Market structure's coming, and actually we're going to see a new Fed chair that's going to run the economy in the US like we've never seen before. These surely are all catalysts. They're all ingredients for the most insane move in the crypto market. Debate right now is, when does this happen? And that's what I'm going to leave to you. Let me know in the comments down below. What are you looking for? Remember, we're looking for 13.76 ounces of gold to the price of 1 Bitcoin. That should be the move for Bitcoin. Drop your comments as always down below. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy content like this. And as always, don't forget, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.